Another thing that you will need, well, it'd be nice to have and you could make, are these nail boards, drawing racks. So these are the ones that my dad made for me. He just traced a quarter and then put 3 nails in it. Now these nails are starting to rust because of the vinegar. What you gonna do? This is the fanciest setup that you could have. I am using the GAI's electric keyscos and my own one, so I have 4. Oh my gosh. I have a stack where I keep all the different size tips. This was like a tea thing before. It comes with a little hex key to switch out the tips. I have some rubber bands, some measuring tape that you can wrap around, and then there's fancy egg templates to help you draw and measure lines if you're doing really complicated things. We have a craft lathe to help make rotating lines or spirals. And of course, you need a taper candle. And then I just reread the instructions again, given from the Ukrainian gift shop, and they recommend having a tissue underneath your egg. And I have broken a few eggs, so that's probably a good idea. Now, if you break your egg, not a big deal. I mean, this one is broken. I just dyed the inside. Still gorgeous. Love it. This is only 2 colors. So you don't have to have the whole 17 colors of dyes. There are many designs that you can have with just simple 1-color designs. So here you can see you can write any sort of name or words that you want on it. My husband one year created a football, simple image, and then a spiral. This is what happens if you don't wash your eggs thoroughly. It gets a little mottled, and it can be kind of a neat look. I have another egg I'll show you where the look is kind of neat with it even. Different symbols. Brown eggs have a beautiful, I find them even more vibrant sometimes than the white with the dyes at the same color. Like these 2 are the same color dye. This is a white egg. This is a brown egg. These over here are just 2 colors. Still gorgeous designs, but only 2 colors. And I included this one even though it has more than 2 colors. Let's see if I can get a good image of it here. So this was a brown egg, and so I put wax over the brown first, and then did a vinegar wash to take off the brown, and the lighter browns are actually the color of the egg, but with vinegar taking off the natural brown. So you can play around with brown eggs to have 2 different shades of brown there, and without needing that much dye. The egg that I wanted to show you where I really liked the effect, where'd it go? Here we go. Multiple color egg, but it looks underwater. It's kind of splotchy, kind of mottled. This wasn't really well washed with vinegar, but it still looked pretty cool. Different ways to display the eggs. Having a series of the same design, just slightly different, is kind of cool. A bed of rice is neat. Having all of the different stands that you can find. These here are called findings. You glue them to the top and hang them. You can just use ribbon poked through. Some people hang a tassel from the bottom. Hanging them on pussy willow branches is pretty typical in Germany. It's a really striking way to hang them. Some of them have been coated with polyurethane to make them shiny and help them last a little longer, because water splotches will corrode or interrupt the dye later. Tacky wax helps keep little kittens from batting them off. It won't stop them completely, but if somebody knocks the shelf, it won't fall off their stands with tacky wax. And I just realized I forgot to talk a little bit about my supplies for the dyes. So here I have my dyes set up. I don't have them all finished, but I have the wide mouth jars with the colors. I have a spice jar filled with water to actually set in the dye on top of my egg to hold it in there for longer to get a richer color. Q-tips or a paintbrush to do just tiny little spots of color. I didn't want to do the entire thing red. I just wanted the little red birds, so I just did little spots of color with that. I used the Q-tips for color mixing and dabbing, so I didn't have to do all those colors on this one. A little bit of color mixing on that side, just playing around. Snail shell. I kind of mixed the colors and swirled it around in there. And oh, also having paper towels on hand to just finish drying them off so they don't get super splotchy. But we'll go over that in a bit. Hope that helped with getting your supplies together.